Don't stress over these men, especially if he's not your man. Get to know the person before you start sprinkling on them. Yes, girl, I'm talking to you. So welcome back to my channel. This is my third time trying to film this video once again. So today's video is going to be a video for my fellow single ladies. Yes, girl, I'm talking to you. This is gonna be a mix of 5 things that single women need to start and stop doing. And I know you might be wondering, like,
girl, you single, how you gonna tell us what we need to do?
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But I want to clear something up really quick. So I feel like people are getting the idea that because I've never been in a relationship, I don't have a lot of experience with men. I mean, I haven't had a man, but I haven't been manless. I know a few things, and I'm finna put y'all on game because some of y'all single ladies out here got us looking crazy. Y'all do. Y'all got single women looking crazy. I'm finna help y'all out. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. So number 1, y'all might give me a side eye for this, but let me explain. Number 1 thing that single women need to stop doing is posting about how single you are online. You have to stop doing that. I know, you're probably thinking,
you made 2 videos about you being single. How you gonna tell that?
And once again, I mean, you're not wrong. I did make 2 videos about being single, but let me explain why it's a little bit different. So, I am a content creator. I have to make interesting content to put out for the people. I don't put that out there just for leisure. It's for a purpose. And number 2, I did not make that video in hopes of finding a partner. That was never my intention behind those 2 videos. It was just for me to talk about my experiences and hopefully bring in some women that can relate to me and can be like, oh, she has been in a relationship? Neither have I. Let me watch her video. So that's why it's different. But when you get on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, whatever you get on, and constantly talk about how single you are, it makes you look desperate. It makes people kind of wonder, like, okay, why don't nobody want her? Why is she always talking about how she can't find a man? Why is she always talking about how men don't want her? Also, it makes you look bitter, constantly complaining about how there are no good men left, or men only want one thing, or men don't appreciate good women. Sometimes you gotta be real with yourself, like, maybe I'm not as great of a woman as I thought I was. Or you're a great woman in day-to-day life, and you just may suck at relationships. That's a possibility too. So, if you are still posting about how single you are online, stop doing that right now. Number 1. Let's go on to number 2. This is something you need to start doing. If you are still single and you're dealing with men, especially at this age, start making these men take you on dates. This is serious when I say this. I'll see women online, women in their 30s and 40s, and they'll talk about how they still have not been taken on a date. And that's just that's honestly sad that they deal with men, can't even take them on a date. Like, that's crazy to me. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, because I didn't deal with some dudes that didn't take me on dates. But at our grown big girl age, a date is bare minimum for a man to do. Like, that's bare minimum. And if that dude don't want to take you on a date, it's another one that will. So if you're dealing with somebody right now that's not willing to take you on dates, go deal with somebody that wants to take you on dates. Stop dealing with Dusty over there. You're not meeting him at his house on the first date. We're not dealing with that no more. Especially going into 2022, only deal with men that take us on dates. That is super important. All right, number 3. This is something you should stop doing. Stop picturing a long-term relationship and a marriage with every single guy that you deal with or date. Stop doing that. Enjoy your time with this person. You don't have to go on the first date and start thinking about baby names and how you're gonna spend the rest of your life together. And sometimes you set yourself up for disappointment. Enjoy the date, enjoy your time. If it turns into something in the future, great. If it does not, that's okay too. Every guy that you deal with is not your man. You know he not your man, he know he not your man. You look a little desperate, so just relax. You've been talking to this dude for 2 weeks. It's not your man. Or honestly, maybe it is your man. Some people move faster than others, but if he has not explicitly told you that y'all are together, that's not your man. Stop picturing long-term with every single person that you date. It's not that serious, y'all. Trust me, it's not that serious. Go on the date, enjoy some conversation, see where his head is at. Go on multiple dates so you can really decide, do I like this guy or not? You might not like him after date 3. You just might not. So don't start picturing long-term immediately. You're setting yourself up for failure. Now, there may be some women that watch this and they're like,
well, that worked for me.
That's an exception. As a general rule, do not picture long-term a marriage with somebody that you just met, somebody you just started dating. Stop doing that. Alrighty, number 4. We live in a culture where casual sex is cool. I have no problem with that. But if you are trying to, let me word this carefully because I'm not trying to hoe shame. I'm not trying to slut shame. I'm not into that. I don't do that at this channel. So if you are a slut shamer, go somewhere else. We don't do that over here. If you are trying to date men seriously or not so casually, get to know the person before you start sprinkling on them. Because like I said before, you might go on 2-3 dates and everything's cool. On day 4, he might show you who he really is, and you may realize like, damn, actually, I do not like this dude. I'm so happy I didn't give him no. But definitely make sure you get to know the guy before you have sex with him, because it keeps you in a clear mind too. Because when you start sprinkling in sex, it makes things weird, complicated. You may think you have feelings for him when you actually don't. So before you decide, okay, I want to have sex with him, spend time with him, get to know him as a person, let him get to know you as a person, because themselves all the time without realizing it. They do. Ask him certain questions. I know I be going on like Google and thinking of questions that I can ask dudes just to see where their head is at with certain stuff. And once you start asking these questions, like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? How do you want to do this? How do you want to do that? The men will tell themselves every time, and then you can know, like, okay, I don't know about you, but you. So yeah, get to know the guy first. See where his head is at on certain subjects. After day 2 or 3, he might start telling on himself. You can realize, okay, so happy I did not have sex with him. I can take myself and get on. That was number 3, 4, one of those. I don't know what number this is. This might be number 5, I think. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Now, me, I'm 26. Based on my analytics, I have viewers between the age of 18 to 34, I think it is. So everybody's grown here. There are people that are engaged and married. There are people that are virgins. The grass is not greener on anybody's side. Everybody has their own struggles. I know single people look at people in relationships and people that are married like, oh, I can't wait to do that. But at the same time, there are people that are engaged in relationships and married that look at you like, man, I wish I can go back to being single. This is the last time in your life where you only have to worry about yourself. And that's true. This is the last time in our life where we only have to worry about ourselves. We don't have to worry about a spouse. And if you don't have children, you don't have to worry about children either. You can put all of your time and energy into yourself to be the best version of you that you can be. And that is honestly that's a prize in itself at this age, because this is the age where you really start to figure out things that you want. You really start to figure out who you are, who you want to be. But yeah, stop comparing your life to other people's. Other people may look happier than you are, but I'm telling you that's not reality. Social media is fake. I'm going to say that again. Social media is fake. Don't look at things on social media and feel like, oh man, I'm failing at life. Everybody's doing better than me. You're not failing. Everybody is not doing better than you. People just know how to make their struggle look better than yours. That's all it is. People know how to make it look a certain way online. So stop comparing yourself to other people. You're not failing. You're not behind for real. You're doing just fine. You're exactly where you need to be right now. All right, this is a big one. And this could actually be for people in relationships as well. Stop being codependent. I'm either going to insert the definition of codependent up here, or I'm going to insert the definition of codependent over here. Codependent is characterized by the excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner, typically one who requires support on account of an illness or addiction. Oh wow. So a person with excessive emotional or psychological reliance on a partner. Now there are a lot of women in relationships right now, and the only reason that they are in a relationship is because they are codependent. They cannot function on their own. They cannot function without the company of somebody else. That is extremely unhealthy. Some people may disagree. Now, I'm not saying that you should not open up to your partner and want to be around your partner or rely on your partner for certain things, but you should not be 100% dependent on anybody for everything. You have to really dig deep inside. Go to therapy if you need to. That could be another one. Go to therapy. Figure out what's going on. Figure out, why can't I be by myself? Why can't I think alone? Why don't I need somebody to do this for me? Why don't I need somebody to do that for me? Why don't I need somebody to think of this for me? Why can't I just be comfortable in my own skin by myself? These are things that you have to think about. You have to figure out. Stop depending on a partner to fix you. Stop depending on a partner to bring you all this happiness, to bring you a source of joy. Even though a partner can bring a sense of joy, but if you are not happy on your own, you shouldn't put that burden on a partner to bring you happiness into your life. You should be able to be happy by yourself. Anything a partner brings is like a bonus. A lot of people are codependent. I don't even know what number this is, but I will say this if you need to, which I feel like everybody should, is go to therapy. I know therapy is given kind of a side eye in the Black community, but something does not have to be wrong for you to go to therapy, because you may go and you realize like, oh, I didn't even know that was affecting me. I didn't know I did that because of that. I didn't know I do this because of this. Therapy would help so much for a lot of people before they get into relationships. It helps you identify yourself, identify your triggers, identify why you react to certain things the way that you do, and you may even learn something new about yourself that you didn't know if you go to therapy. And also, going to therapy will help you understand why your partner is doing certain things. It'll give you a better understanding of yourself and your partner. If you are still single right now, even if you just broke up with somebody, that's something you can process in therapy as well. So I 100% suggest for anybody, whether you feel like something is wrong or not, go to therapy. Think about when you go to the doctor. Do you only go to the doctor when something is wrong? If you do, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be going to the doctor yearly for your little checkups. You should do the same thing with your mind. Mind and body works together. If your body can be 100% healthy, if your mind is messed up, it can affect your body as well. So, go to therapy if you have not. But be realistic about who you are and who you are going to attract. If you want a certain type of partner, you have to think, based on me and who I am I going to attract that type of partner? Based on my social circle, based on my job, based on the places that I go. Am I going to attract this type of partner that I'm wanting? You got to sit and you got to think about that within yourself. Now, sometimes you may have to relocate to find the person that you want. That's just real life. You may have to do that. Like me personally, I don't really date guys in my hometown. 90% of the guys that I have dealt with have not been from where I'm from. You may just have to relocate. Try dating in different places. Travel. See what else is out there in the world. Be realistic about who you are and who you are going to attract. I'm not going to go too deep into that because it's just a lot you can unpack there. And there are a lot of women that are faking the funk when it comes to relationships. I'm not the only one that has never been in a relationship before. It's other women out there. It's definitely other women out there, but they hide it because no one wants to look like the single bitch that can't find a man. But me, I didn't care. I am the single bitch that can't find a man. But I don't care. Look, I'm telling y'all this right now. I'm not gonna be single that much longer. I don't care. I'm not. But a lot of women don't post about being single in a more proactive, positive way. And a lot of women don't also speak about how they have fell short in their interactions with men. So I could be honest with myself, it hasn't 100% been them, and it hasn't 100% been me. It's been like a mix, and I can realize that now. Because even looking back, I've stopped talking to guys for really petty reasons, like super petty reasons. And now in my grown age, I realize I cannot be like that forever, because if I am like that, I am going to be single forever. I can't stop talking to a guy anytime he makes me mad, anytime that he gets on my nerves. So this could be another one for single women out there. You cannot stop talking to men every time that they get on your nerves. I used to have that really bad. Anything that you did to make me mad, anything that you did to irritate me, anything that you did to get on my nerves, I would stop talking to you because I would feel like I don't have to deal with this. I'm single. I don't have to deal with you if you get on my nerves. I just don't have to do that. But that's where communication comes in. If you're not a good communicator, go to therapy. That's where communication comes in. Communicate when something is wrong, and then you guys can fix that together. Now, if you communicate that something is wrong, he's still doing it, then get up out of there. But if you guys communicate, and he's like, oh, I didn't realize that's something that bothered you. I'm sorry, I can fix that next time. A lot of my situations could have just been a simple conversation. And I probably wouldn't be making these videos about how I'm still single. But this is my last one here. Don't stress and focus on relationships obsessively. Don't do that. Just live your life. It's not that big of a deal. Really, when you think about it, it's not that big of a deal that you're single right now. It's not that big of a deal if you've never had a man. Nobody cares as much as you do. Most of the time, people aren't looking at you like, that's that girl that can't keep no man. And if people are thinking about that, so what? F them. Who cares? It's not the end of the world. You are perfectly fine. You're not behind. You're not ahead. You're exactly where you need to be. Do not focus and stress on relationships, because it'll start messing up your head. You start to feel bad about yourself. You start to feel down on yourself. And you don't have to do that. Just live your life. If it's meant for you, it'll be, as long as you change some things. Focus on yourself. Work on yourself. Focus on yourself and work on yourself beyond physically and financially. But yeah, girl, don't stress it. It'll happen when it's supposed to happen. As long as you work on yourself to be a better person. We're not just waiting for it to happen and just fall out the sky, because that's not realistic. But work on yourself, find some hobbies, figure out what you like and don't like in a partner, figure out what you want and don't want in a partner, go on dates, notice those red flags. Also, we talk about red flags all the time. Notice the green flags too. People don't talk about green flags that often. But notice the green flags too. But just don't focus on it. Don't fret on it. Don't let it take over your life. Live your life. Have fun. Your chance will come when it's meant to come. But yeah, y'all. I think that's all I got for y'all today. I told y'all a little message from my single ladies. Trying to get y'all together. Get it together. Don't stress over these men, especially if he's not your man. But yeah, y'all. That's all I got for y'all. I'll see y'all on my next video. Bye, guys.